I felt like an angry old hag.
Yeah,
and then she was like licking in my ear. I was like, oh, I don't think I cleaned that wax out. But thanks for getting it.
I am a mess. I'm imperfectly aspiring to not even be perfect, but just be a better version.
Yeah, you're pretty fucked up too.
So misunderstood it, or
misunderstood. I feel like I'm teaching my 4-year-old how to talk right now. So it's like a phenomenon.
Now who's the 4-year-old needing to be taught?
Kind of like obsessive and like dangerous.
Right, like Dateline's real.
I've had to get restraining orders before.
Oh yeah, he used you for a green card.
When you move a million times, you don't fucking know who you are sometimes.
No,
it takes a minute.
You don't. We're like, wait, who are we? Are we going to be here forever?
I'm so happy when Santa Claus comes to town.
I know. I've been a naughty boy.
Me too. Let's talk about our recent excursion. Hi, this is Kelly Mizgorski.
And Ryan Frankowski.
Thank you for listening to Mocktails Are Messy.
I'm loving your sweater, girl.
Thank you. I'm getting into the Christmas spirit. You know, Thanksgiving's over and it's time for Christmas now. Where are my hoes at? Cheers. Got some hot cocoa.
We are drinking
We're feeling warm.
the spirit of tequila, non-alcoholic, Mexican agave, American oak, free spirits. The tequila alternative that you all want to have for your spicy, skinny margaritas.
I'm so happy when Santa Claus comes to town.
I know. I've been a naughty boy.
Me too. Let's talk about our recent excursion.
Oh my God.
Skirt.
You were the best when it came to gift giving this year for my birthday. 11/11 was lit at Cheerleaders of the Strip Club in the Strip District. No pun intended. That was really good, Kelly.
Came to your party.
Yeah.
I brought my mother-in-law. I got you the gentleman's package. What every guy goes to the strip club, what they want, and I was able to do that for you. And we actually did it together. That was my first lap dance, probably not yours.
Oh, no. I've had multiple lap dances.
Okay, so we got a lap dance together, though. First time together, my first time. We held hands.
We both instantly just held hands. We were we need to experience this, and I was a little nervous.
Well, because we could grip each other's hand when it was a little much. I was sitting in the corner and I'm I'll just watch. And she was sit next to him.
Oh my God, she was a boss.
And she's how do you know each other? And we were we are co-hosts, but we also dated before. And I'm married to his best friend now, and we're best friends. And
she loved it.
Yeah, she was oh, and then she was you're so hot, to you. And
I was impressed. I think it was the cologne. I think that's what it was.
You were looking pretty fly. And then
really?
She licked my chest and was she's and you taste good.
Fuck.
And then she straddled both of us.
I hate to say this, but sometimes you're kind of stripper, are they clean?
That was my first that I'm
yeah,
and then she's sucking, she's licking in my ear, and I'm
oh,
ooh.
That was too much.
I was ooh, I don't think I cleaned that wax out. But thanks for getting it. And then so I guess she goes you guys can touch me anywhere you want except for my
kitty.
But then she touched me in the and you in
no, we had clothes on, so it wasn't she actually touched it without the fabric.
But she said
there.
You can't touch my and then she ended up blowing on my and on your with her mouth.
I wasn't upset about it.
What are these parameters
well, because she is the entertainer, she's the talent. She can do whatever she wants to
do. But I
you.
did not consent.
That's a good point.
You know what I'm saying?
I guess as a man, you're not gonna be upset if she grabs you down there. As a girl, I can only imagine that would have been a little violating if you're hey, this is the one-way street.
I was just shocked,
I mean, I think the thing about you is sometimes when you push the boundary too far, and then you're whoa, back it up.
Yeah.
You're very cool girl, whatever, blah blah blah, and then that did kind of make you a little uncomfortable.
Well, I think it made me uncomfortable because and I wasn't expecting
Kelly.
that. Well, she was giving me raspberries on my
I love raspberries on my
I don't know.
Kitty
So what did
cat.
you think of it? Like,
I
that's not what I was
in
expecting.
heaven. I was like, I can only like. It's actually a little sad when you're doing it on your own. You're kind of like, this is like not as memorable because like I'm not like with a person that I'm gonna like.
We're going to remember this forever.
Oh my God.
Together.
And to experience it with your bestie.
That was special.
It was so special. And I can only imagine like why our friends, the two couples that were the swingers that came with us, they are like, this is like our MO. We come here like once a month. It's so much fun. And I'm like, now I can see why like those kind of cool couples would be like, this is totally our speed. And I got a voice note actually right before we came into the studio.
Did you?
It was from my relatives. I don't know if he meant to send it. It was an audio message and it was of my aunt. She was like, what was your experience at like cheerleaders? My uncle was recording her and she wasn't aware. And she's like,
in your mind's eye, what were you expecting before you walked in there?
Worse.
It
was actually so much better than I thought it would be.
Really?
Yes.
When we walked in, the first one was
dirty old men.
Gunshot wounds and C-sections.
And not that attractive women.
No, not attractive women.
you know, I thought it was going to be terrible with a bunch of old men in there, but she's like, it was actually really kind of classy. They were kind of cute.
My mother-in-law was, wow, that was so artistic.
Isn't it weird to think like 15 years ago, we would never be able to bring our parents or my grandparents?
Well, I did get a really weird like voicemail today.
Oh, God.
I don't know.
Is it a scam artist?
What to think about it. It just reminds me of something in high school.
Okay.
Like someone told me that I was in like a porno.
What?
And I thought, oh my God, was I like recorded without knowing? And I drove to their house and I looked at the porno and the bitch looked nothing like me.
Oh, so they were just fucking with you.
They were fucking with me, I think. Unless there's some people that can't really recognize faces and stuff. I don't know. But I got this really weird message today.
Hi, darling. I'm just calling in regards to mocktails are messy. Seems to be the co-host that I'd like to do an expose on it. Your OnlyFans is really interesting and is about doing an article about messy mama of two. So if you could give me a call back, I'd like to get your quote to put into the article. I'm going to launch by Monday, so you want to give in response to this article coming out. I spoke with your publicist.
I'm just not sure how to feel about it. So I wanted to talk about Rebecca syndrome. It is a new thing. We all know what a Karen is, right?
Oh my God, I hate Karen.
So now there's another term, like name coined as like a syndrome, and it's Rebecca.
Did you just get a little aggressive, like slapping the table?
I did.
Oh my God.
I wish it was your ass though. What is Rebecca syndrome? A term used to describe obsessive feelings about a partner's past.
You were describing this. I can't really follow it.
Yeah, so it's like a partner's past relationship, and it's like especially like, you know, their exes. It comes from a character in a novel, the 1938 novel called Rebecca. And Rebecca struggles with jealousy and insecurity. Her symptoms are, you know, people with this syndrome often compare themselves to their partner's exes, feeling inadequate or insecure. And it leads to like obsessive compulsive thoughts about the ex and anxiety about their relationship. You know, the root causes, according to experts, this is like a psychologists actually are aware of this syndrome now. It's feelings of like stem from unresolved issues in childhood, unfortunately, like feeling overlooked by family. And these past experiences kind of like affect how someone views current relationships. So they kind of feel overlooked and they get fixated on this ex. And they just can't stop thinking about them. Like, have you ever met anyone like this? Didn't you have an ex like that before? That was like like a really short thing, and you broke it off because it kind of like freaked you out.
Yes,
they got obsessed with your ex.
It was. They were. I mean, I shouldn't say their name.
I don't know if we should.
Pobs. We'll just say it's Pobs.
He was so sweet. So like, he did have a lot of trauma. growing up, and that's why, you know, he does fit this syndrome, but he just
oh wait, and that crazy girl from Bar Louie.
Oh, that one too. Yeah. Well, she was obsessed with me, and it's like, girl. But
She's
anyways,
bi, no lie.
Yeah. So you were trying to hang out with this person. You're trying to go on dates, and all they wanted to talk about was your ex.
Yeah, and they were like, your ex used you for a green card. Your ex, like, I saw him at the club. Like, you're still thinking about your ex. Like, you won't say I love you because you're still in love with your ex. It was just like...
But that wasn't true, and none of it was true, right?
No. But you know what's so fucked up about these people?
What?
Because I feel like I'm pretty, like, intuitive, social, intelligent, smart enough. Like, maybe not SAT smart, like we said.
Yeah.
But I was like, am I getting gaslit? Like, I was starting to believe it. They were like, oh, yeah, he used you for a green card. You know, you're still in love with him. I'm like, I'm not in love with him. Like, what the fuck? And then I'm like, they didn't use me for a green card. Like, I wanted to get married. Like, it was just so bizarre.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a Rebecca syndrome? And can we say it in layman's terms? Because it's still a little confusing. So it's your new partner, like your new boyfriend or your new girlfriend is obsessed with your previous relationship, like that ex.
Exactly. Obsessed about it. It's like a jealousy. It's like an insecure thing.
Yeah. A lot of insecurity going on
I have
today.
not ever had that happen to me. I have had friends like that, and it kind of like freaked me out. And I kind of felt, I don't even know if I want to be like friends with this person, because like they just seem kind of like obsessive and like dangerous.
Right. Like Dateline's real.
Exactly. And I'm like, you know what? Like and I've also had friends kind of get a little obsessed with me, that to the point where, well,
oh my God, they're so obsessed with me.
I'm kind of speaking from like real experiences.
I know.
People
I'm teasing you.
have like, you know, latched on really hard. I know you've had that happen to you as well. And it's like they want to claim you as like their best friend, or like something like that, and they're it's like they're just always want to be where you're going.
They keep calling you and they keep texting, and it's like
where are you and stuff, and it's like
why aren't you responding?
I've had to get restraining orders before.
What?
Yeah.
I don't know if I knew that.
Yeah. This
Did you
person,
tell me that?
It was in high school. This person was hiding behind trees and bushes and houses nearby, trying to look into my house to see where I was.
Oh, wait, I vaguely remember.
Wouldn't stop calling me.
You told me, right?
Yeah, I did have to get a restraining order before.
Do I know this person?
Not personally.
Okay. That's creepy, Cal. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so this is a disorder that exists.
Yeah, fuck. That's kind of sad. And like, that's like a real thing. Like, you gotta be careful.
I wanted to talk about misunderstood defense mechanisms.
Yeah, what exactly does that? So, you're like really into like these new trends, and like I can't really follow. It's interesting though.
I think it's happened to both of us.
Okay, so misunderstood it, or
misunderstood. I feel like I'm teaching my 4-year-old how to talk right now. Defense mechanisms.
Okay. Yeah.
I wanted to have like a thoughtful reflection, and I did write this down because I wanted it to be not like knee-jerk, insensitive. Mental health disorders do exist, and I'm not here to like attack somebody or shame somebody.
And I mean, maybe it's always
more
been
acknowledged than ever.
That's it. Misunderstood defense mechanisms.
Yes, so it's like a phenomenon.
Now who's the 4-year-old needing to be taught?
Shut up, you bitch. I think we've all encountered it, actually. It's when people feel the need to like defend themselves, even when it's not about them.
Oh, yeah.
So like I'm telling you something about my day, and then you start like defending yourself. Picture this, like you're in a conversation, sharing your thoughts or your experiences. Someone suddenly feels the urge to like defend their stance or their choices that you didn't ask anything about, by the way. And they may get like emotionally charged, even as if you're personally attacking them. And it's like you're just telling them about your day.
Yeah.
And this reaction can feel really like confusing to like somebody.
Yes.
And this reaction can feel really like confusing to like somebody. Yes.
You know, and probably like both parties, I don't know. And especially with, like when your intent as like a speaker to your friend is simply to just like share your perspective about your day. Have you had this happen to you?
Yeah, I think a lot of times I just, okay, I'm going to roll with it. Like, I just want them
What
to,
else do you
like, calm
do?
down. I love to placate people.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, oh my God, I am so, like, there's a lot of fucking crazy people in real estate, like, you know.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
And so there was somebody recently, like, another agent from another company that was like, I don't need any of that. I don't want people being around. I need my privacy with my clients when I'm doing the showing. And I'm like, okay, I could do two different reactions to this craziness.
Okay.
I could either put her in her place and say, like, chill the F out.
Yeah.
Or I could placate and be like, kill them with kindness.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm going to kill them with kindness. And it felt so much better. And then they felt like kind of dumb. They were like, oh, you are so kind. I'm sorry. Like, I didn't mean to go off on you. And I'm like, it's totally okay. I understand. I'm a new agent. I would be more than happy to give your privacy with you and your client.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of times it's just you really have to not get wound up and not really take offense to it, because usually they are just like, and you know, we've all been there, but I think me and you are a little bit more in tune with like reality, where we're like, hey, we're not going to be paranoid. And like, even if that person is kind of coming for us like shady, we're like, hey, whatever, we love comedy. And you know, you crack a joke, I crack a joke. I have thick skin, you hopefully do.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Oh my gosh. I've had my ass chewed too many times by
Sexually
people.
or like.
Oh, not sexually. So I kind of did like some research. It said like what's going on here in these moments.
In what moments? Like,
in these moments where people get like very defensive, or they have this knee-jerk reaction, and they kind of like
they think you're talking shit about them.
Yeah.
Or they're paranoid.
Yeah, they're like, it's like a misunderstood defense mechanism where they're just like,
yeah,
going off. Nothing was intended to upset anyone, right?
Like, you're usually just telling them like a story about your day.
Yeah, or like you said at work, like someone's going off on you when you're just like trying to show a house at the same time, or you need to go in there for something, you know?
Well, I dug a little deeper with that. Apparently she's gotten like clients taken from her, meaning like the client wasn't happy with them, and then she thought I was lurking in the, you know.
See, here's the thing. She sees you're a likable person. Oh, he's here to steal my girl. It's Mr. Steal Your Girl. Oh, Mr. Steal Your Client. No, you're not trying to do that. You're just like chilling. It boils down to like individuals' experiences and backgrounds, which you just said. Like, you're like, oh, maybe she thought I was trying to steal her client, or like they've experienced certain traumas in the past, right? So people, this is what I think, this is how we can be insensitive sometimes. We don't carry like our traumas and our insecurities with us, but a lot of people carry their insecurities, their past conflicts, and their traumas with them 24/7. And they just have like these knee-jerk reactions. They're just like, you know, feeling their emotions, and it's kind of like their identity, right? It's like they're under threat. It's like, oh my gosh, this person is a threat to me. You know, even if that's not the case, how they're acting can create like unnecessary tensions. It's hard because it doesn't just affect them, it affects the person they're communicating with or trying to communicate with. So basically, like what you said is how to navigate it would just be to like have empathy.
Kill them with kindness.
Yeah.
I've always loved that method.
Don't get defensive. Like you said, you don't get that way. And
well, I mean, I think we've all been there where we have just let it snap because
every
we're
now
cranky, we're tired, PMSing. Like, I noticed like I have a short fuse when I don't have a lot of sleep.
Oh, sleep really, yeah, that's a big thing for me as well. Now,
don't work out.
Do you end up, working out has been my saving grace.
Yeah.
Now, do you end up asking like open-ended questions to kind of get to the root of it sometimes?
I usually just try to be, you open up to me, I am no judgment, because truthfully, I am a mess. I'm imperfecully aspiring to not even be perfect, but just be a better version.
Yeah, you're pretty fucked up too.
Oh, yeah.
As am I.
I mean, like, I struggle with like identity issues.
When you move a million times, you don't fucking know who you are sometimes.
No,
it takes a minute.
You don't.
I understand that.
You get it. You get it. Like, we're like, wait, who are we? Are we going to be here forever? Like, even my brother wrote this really sweet birthday card, and he's like, hope you're here for another year. Like, hope you don't leave us. Like, hope you're not a flight risk.
Aww.
And I was like, that was so sweet. And I wanted to like give him a hug and just say, like, you are like my boy. You are my rock. Like, I
know he means so much to you.
He's my ride or die.
Yeah.
And I know that, like, you know, me and him have like had our ups and downs, and like that's just normal, like, you know, with siblings. But
I know him and your sister-in-law just mean the world to you, and you're really blessed to have them.
Well, you as well. I mean, we have to say, like, our family has shaped us, and we lean on them for not only emotional support, but like also we don't need a million friends.
No, I need like 2 friends.
Yeah. Like, I mean, I could name like 5.
I don't have time for that.
Yeah. And that's all good, baby.
Right.
We're getting old.
Now, do you ever get in like a mood with your taste in music?
Oh yeah, I'm always like top hits, and then all of a sudden I went skirt and like love now like Rufus and like Disclosure, which are like, I don't even know what genre
like disco
that is.
type of thing, or
is it like electronic?
Electronic, yeah.
Yeah, like I've been into the electronic now
because you saw them live, right?
I did, and I was like, fuck, like my life is like changed forever.
Yeah. So sometimes do you feel like maybe you don't want to hear like words? Like it's too much to hear the words and stuff?
Yeah, like the lyrics now bother me in some music.
Oh, fuck. That's what I want to talk about. When I'm PMSing, my taste for music changes drastically wherever I'm at in my cycle. When I'm like on my cycle, I'm listening to like Stevie Nicks, Sheryl Crow, the Dixie Chicks, Billy Joel, the Beatles, the Who, you know, whatever, just older stuff. And it's almost like that older music, it has more creative expression. It's meaningful in storytelling.
Yeah.
And then you get to like the stuff now that's more current. The major pop stuff, it feels commercialized. It shifts toward consumer-driven narratives, cheating and substance abuse.
Oh my God.
And mind control rather than like genuine expression. And I think what really bothered me, I was sober for 3 weeks. I did not touch alcohol for 3 weeks. Thank you. That, you know what? I'm really proud of it.
Intermittively so.
Yeah.
Intermittive.
And when I was doing it, it's like I didn't want to hear like Shabuzi songs.
Oh God, bar tipsy.
It's like I just didn't want to hear it.
I love it, but it's like I'm past it. Like if it was a year ago, I'd probably be like, "Oh God, give me a shot."
It's like it kind of made me mad. It's like I don't want to take a shot. Why are we singing about like give me another shot of whiskey? Like I don't fucking want that.
Well, you know what?
I don't want to listen to it.
I think it's honestly he probably has a deal with like Jameson,
probably.
Jack
That's
Daniels.
why I say like commercialized, and that's what I'm saying. It's like I felt like an angry old hag. It's like it's like I don't want to hear about this.
An angry old hag
Maybe
is so
it's because
funny.
I was anti-alcohol.
Me too.
For that time period, because I was like, I'm not doing it. Like I'm not going to have.
And I didn't push you on that. For the record, I never pushed it.
You did not. I do think that you inspired me though.
You said in those 3 weeks, your anxiety just disappeared.
It dissipated.
So you're saying like just from taking a break.
Yeah.
You're more like, wow.
I'm a firm believer in like, don't drink every week. Go like 1, 2, 3 weeks between when
just
you
have
drink.
A cleanse.
And yesterday after,
and that's like everything. When people say, "Oh, I just have 1 drink or 2 drinks on a Friday," give your body like a full 3 week, even a month break.
I know you recommended like 6 weeks.
Everything that is gonna make progress and you're gonna see a noticeable change. Like I notice, like when I go from like eating like poorly to like 6 weeks of eating really healthy, I really see a change.
And here's the thing: if you can struggle through those 6 weeks, really might not be shit to you anymore. But like, I don't know. 3 weeks, I was PMSing hard. I was very like, irritated.
Well, is that because you had your period before you started and now you're having it? Oh,
I'm about to get it again. Yeah. And so it's almost like I'm going through this cycle. I was like, okay, I did good. I'm just going to like have a little something. I didn't have as much as I normally would have.
Which I'm impressed.
Yeah. And
that's maybe this is like it's breaks. Like you just have to do breaks to remember, hey, like build up your tolerance. Like there was an article about a tea break because after the pandemic, everybody was like smoking tons of weed, drinking tons of wine and like booze, and everybody needed a tea break, which T stands for tolerance. So like then it was like, okay, now we can get back to a healthy, moderated drinking or smoking pot.
I think that if you're a drinker, like obviously like sugar is not good for you either, or like saturated fats and stuff, but I would say like my new thing is every 2 or 3 weeks. Maybe I enjoy something, or like I know it can get a little heavy over the holidays, but
which is fun. Like everybody should have fun and do whatever is best for their lifestyle. For me, like it just, I don't want it or need it, but
I'm just thinking about my health down the line.
Exactly. Like I want to age backwards. Like let's not get it twisted. It's a lot to do with vanity.
Which I don't know if that's entirely possible. But recently you have kind of aged backwards. We should insert an old picture.
Face. Like and, back in those photos, my face was like it was like inflamed with water. I looked like a little chubby.
So
that is embarrassing. That is my birthday 2 years ago. I was so messy. Like it was after like the rehearsal dinner for my brother and sister-in-law's wedding. Oh, bad.
And mine is just typical drunk. I was like 20. I wasn't even 21 yet. Like you, everyone
the
does.
Eyes glazed over.
The eyes glazed over. It's scary. It's actually scary to look at. I'd never want to be in that situation again, and neither would you.
Thank you for listening to Mocktails or
Messy.
This is Ryan Frankowski and
Kelly Mizgorski.
Please subscribe, follow, share with your friends. If you do so, that'll allow us to keep making these videos for you.
It helps us reach more people.
Text us your messy stories. We have our little billboard, and we want you to text us at 424-666-7794. Again, that is 424-666-7794.
Yes.
Ciao.
Ciao.
Molto bene.
Molto bene.
I love words so Italian always. I've never heard of $100 tip.
And then I was like,
is it for Christmas?